Anthony Scaramucci is a Trump advisor, and he went on CNN and made an ass of himself on the issue of climate science.
You have, do you accept the science of man's impact on the warming of the planet? And then you have, well, what policy considerations do you make in light of that science? That's one discussion. My first question, though, I'm not completely satisfied on yet, which is, I don't get that intellectual exercise to find out who worked on global warming. Why do you need to know who worked on global warming?
No, I think, look, I mean, I know that the current president believes that the human beings are affecting the climate. There are scientists that believe that that's not happening. I think that,
the overwhelming consensus in the scientific community is that man's actions have an impact on science.
Chris,
no, you have to correct that whenever it comes out. Go ahead.
Chris, there was an overwhelming science that the Earth was flat, and there was an overwhelming science that
you learn over time.
We were the center of the world. 100%. We get a lot of things wrong in the scientific community. You and I both know that. I'm not suggesting that we're not affecting the change. I honestly don't know. I'm not a scientist. If you're asking me for my opinion, it's probably a blend of people and what's going on in the You're not asking me for my opinion.
I'm not.
That's the saddest thing I've ever seen. So he really said there was an overwhelming science the Earth was flat. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. No. That's called not science. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? That wasn't a scientific belief. Geocentrism, too. There was an overwhelming scientific belief. No, that wasn't a scientific belief. That was a belief. That wasn't scientific. That was a belief. There's a difference. There's a difference. He's basically trying to equate, well, everybody believed X at one time, so therefore we shouldn't believe the scientific community today. But there's no connection there. There's no logical line you can draw from those two statements. Well, everybody at one time believed the Earth was flat, so scientists are wrong today. No, everybody believed the Earth was flat because it is specifically a non-scientific thing to believe. It took science to come along to tell us the Earth is not flat. It took science to give us all these facts about the world and how it functions. And notice he also is trying to do like this, false equivalence. Some people say this, some people say that. Some scientists say this, some scientists say that. Except, wrong. The scientists who say, climate change isn't happening, they're universally funded by the fossil fuel industry. So they have a conflict of interest, and they're being paid to say that. All the actual scientists say, yeah, no, climate change is happening. Look at the data. The data's right in front of us. It's just so gross to watch. Watch people who have the president's ear talk like this. Some people say climate change is happening. Others say it's not. Scientists, Science used to tell us the Earth was flat. Science told us Jesus walked on water. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. And nobody who's familiar with the facts and the actual science knows what you're saying because you're a buffoon.